I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto almost daily, jumping right into the market. Today in crypto, Bitcoin had some upside and got rejected pretty hard. So remember the weekly chart, real simple. The bulls need to hold 25,000 or you see a move to 20,000, quite possible. The very bullish idea occurs when the bulls break 31,800. Right now, Bitcoin working in this range, and these ideas will give huge direction to the macro move of this market over the coming months. So we're watching, waiting for Bitcoin to make a decisive move. This is the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Previously, you had this falling wedge, broke out to the upside. Now you're seeing this trend line be respected by the price action. And earlier today, you had Bitcoin make a strong move to the upside, ran up to about 27,400 on Binance and got completely rejected. Now, the important part is this level right here can act as support. The bulls have to hold this level to get a bullish retest. Bullish retest might give another opportunity for a break above 27,500. Okay, so again, let me go over a couple scenarios here that could play out. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, so if you don't put in so here's your high. If you put in a lower high, that's a sell signal, right? If you get a strong pivot here, sell signal, okay? If you put in a higher high, bulls freaking killed it. And then, like we talked about, if you're unable to hold this level and you come back down in this range and later lose this level, you're coming down here to this level. So just understand that PA is not a crystal ball, right? It's not for predicting, but I've got a pretty good idea of what's possible for Bitcoin, and keeping an eye on the altcoins. Altcoins, had a little bit of upside. Link, which we talked about yesterday, going to talk about a little bit more today, had some upside. Strong moves out of Link for top 100 cryptos, but want to make sure. I've got some really juicy news today, just on the SEC, Binance. Hester Pierce comes out, who is part of the SEC, and she basically says, I don't believe we did what happened today. And it wasn't necessarily crypto related, but the SEC overreaching its boundaries, at least in her eyes. Best case scenario for crypto in the United States is the SEC is assigned to securities, and you see these cryptos, 75% of them get essentially put into the class of commodities, and then the CFTC watches over crypto. Now, Gary Gensler doesn't want this, but it's very huge to see crypto become a commodity and governed by the CFTC. I've got some amazing shout outs to give in my trading group. So our spot group, we nailed 35% out of Naka, 52% out of CVP. The leverage trading group, and again, hi-fi, 624%. WLD, so we had a screen share follow the leader last night, and we called out WLD. That's why you'll see all these are WLD, 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 because it's just like follow the leader, right? Live screen shares. This is the best and fastest way I've seen people learn how to trade with leverage. Leverage $100 off for 6 months. You go to cryptorev.net. Leverage $200 off 13 months. Want to give you guys the opportunity and insight on how to make money in this market when it's a bunch of chop city. And so we've been able to do extremely well, banger after banger in the leverage trading group. I'm super proud of the team that we put together. Very strong team going into this next bull market. We've got a moon bag team looking at a lot of these small caps, which I'll be announcing in group, and then we'll talk about them as well on some of them on the YouTube channel. Citigroup is launching a new digital token service and blockchain system. In the latest investment into digital assets, the $1.7 trillion asset manager is going to launch a digital token called City Token Services for real-time payments. Now, this is a private blockchain. The private blockchain is going to be used for real-time payments. They have a digital token, but it's private. The most important part here is we've already seen this happen with JP Morgan, and we saw it with MetLife. You're going to see a lot more private blockchains, right? They don't want the world to see every single transaction. So Wu Blockchain came out talking about the City Token Services for institutional customers. And this idea was posted, which we've talked about, where Chainlink has this CCIP. And this connects banks, traditional back-end systems and infrastructure to their own private chains, and it can connect the private chains to one another, and then could even connect the private chains to the public chains. Over time, it will become one big internet of contracts. And so there's Chainlink came out and said, hey, we've got a huge partnership with Swift. We're in on this. And again, saying something for Chainlink as a top crypto of the next bull market. So right here, you see Chainlink talking about their CCIP and how they've been working with Swift for 5 years. And this is their second proof of concept that they're working on. And again, just huge to see what is going to unfold with Chainlink. Hester Pierce, she said, I don't support fining a company $10 million for not disclosing what its director didn't tell it. But today we fine somebody $10 million. So there's clear disparity in between what some members on the SEC board are looking at and understand and think about the actual fines and scrutiny that the SEC is putting down. This wasn't crypto. So SEC is charging Lyft with failure to disclose board members' financial interest in private shareholders' pre-IPO stock transaction. And so again, the SEC, it's just like firing off one after another. But it's definitely interesting to see that Hester Pierce comes out and says, you've got all these, court cases with the SEC, and she's even saying like, hey, crypto firms shouldn't give up on the US, even though they are, right? Exchanges are just scared to even mess with the United States. However, you can go to MEXC, use the VIP link in the description, 2,000 plus altcoins to trade, half price trading fees if you use the link in the description. But the important thing here is there's clear dissension in the SEC, which how things are happening and taking place. Right. And one of the 5 commissioners, Hester Pierce, she has been an outspoken proponent of crypto. But again, Gary Gensler really holds most of the power, even though he downplays it. And he's the one coming out gunning at crypto specifically. As an example, the SEC, and we talked about this briefly, and just to go further into it, so you guys understand, you do not want to see Binance take a big hit or crumble, or you do not want to see Binance International in a bunch of trouble, because Binance, their 24-hour trading volume, you could probably take the top 10 or 15 exchanges, add the 24-hour trading volume together, and you wouldn't get what Binance is doing. This is even a subpar day with 5.4 billion. You do not want to see Binance have a bunch of problems. Now, Binance US is way, way, way down the list. And again, we talked about yesterday how this is Binance US, where you at 46, $21 million. Essentially delisted 100 pairs, trading pairs. And so volume is just, people are worried about using the exchange. There's all these allegations going on. The legal battle began in June, where the SEC first accused Binance and its founder, CZ, of deception. And again, Binance is handling so much money. That's the last thing you want to see, right? But the SEC is sought out to freeze Binance US's assets. Then a judge just declined the SEC's request to inspect Binance US. So this is another case, like we've been talking about, where you get down to the judicial system in the United States and they're not seeing what the SEC is trying to do and accomplish. The court system in the United States is taking the sides of crypto. We saw it with Ripple XRP. We saw it with Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So we're at a point now where potentially you're seeing a lot of these crypto corporations, crypto companies, projects, they're not in the United States. They're moving abroad. They have to. But the SEC was coming out with the idea where BAM, who controls Binance US, not CZ, right? Not the same entity. They sent 220 documents during the discovery phase, and the SEC says, we need more. We need more. Like I told you, the judge declines the SEC's request to inspect Binance US. Again, we've talked about it, but this is so important to us in the United States. We're at a clear disadvantage with what kind of access and opportunities that we're able to take part in when it comes to crypto. And another key talking point right now is the House Financial Services Committee. On September the 20th, they will mark up 2 bills blocking a potential digital dollar in the United States. The digital dollar, I don't think it helps crypto. I don't think it helps stable coins. And we've got Wednesday, remember, FOMC meeting coming up, and you're going to potentially see some market shakeup. If the Fed, everybody's looking for a pause. Everybody's looking for a pause. The market is looking for a pause in rate hikes. If you weren't to get the pause, then you definitely see market shakeup. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment in the comment box. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.